Hello everyone. So in the last video we have seen the initial first part of this logic. So less than 300 will be covered here, 300 to 600 range will be covered here, and more than 600 values will be covered inside this else. Okay, so from your common sense or from your logical thinking you clearly understand this scenario. Okay, that's fine. So I am going to make the red LED on here. I forgot to do it because more than 600 also we have to switch on the red, right, and we have to switch off the green. Okay, because this is an out of bound unacceptable value, right, same as this. Okay, both are unacceptable. So I will go here and I will switch on the red LED, that means pin number 8, and I will make it high. Okay guys, so I'm good. So this code will work as expected. Okay, there will be no questions, right, this is totally fine. So I will do a verification. Okay, because the ranges are covered properly, so you will see for the range that is more than or equal to 600 and less than or equal to 300, we will have the same outcome, right? Green LED off, red LED on. See, green LED off, red LED on. And only for the range that is somewhere between 300 to 600, that means this range for this condition. Okay, so only for this range under this condition check, we will switch on the green and switch off the red. Okay, so this is totally fine, right? You immediately show the accepted water level range, let's say. Okay, you will show it perfectly. If the water goes down than this range, you will show the red. If the water goes more than the range, you will show the red again. So that means the user has to do something when the red is there. Okay, either I have to remove the water from the tank or I have to add water inside the tank. Otherwise I don't have to do anything because the range is fine. You get it, right? This is totally cool. So that's fine. So my question is, you can see we have the same output in two places. Yes or no? Yes. That is the logic, right? See, if the value is less than 300, add red. If the value is greater than 600, add red. Can't help. Okay. Can't we do some refactoring so that both of these things, okay, that means both of these scenarios, both of these scenarios will have red. That means one red outcome where we check both of them. Okay, so in other words, I can tell it here. See this, guys. Okay, if the value is this, switch on the green. Okay, and I tell again, if the value is less than or equal to 300, switch on red. And again I am telling, okay, so just forget about everything. If the value is greater than or equal to 600, again red. So what I am asking is, we are giving two outcomes, same outcome in two places. Can't we write it in one sentence? How we can write it? We can write like this. See, I will change these two lines into one. See how I am going to do it. Okay, so I am going to say, if the value is less than or 300 or greater than or equal to 600, switch on red. Okay, so I think this will make some confusion, so I will have double. This is an arrow, right? This has nothing to do with the operators. Okay guys, so guys, I hope this is understandable, right? So I made these two lines into one line using an OR keyword, OR word, English. Okay, the value is less than 300 or greater than 600, switch on the red. So you wrote it in two lines, I made it in one line, both are same, right? So the same thing, how I have changed from this to this, I'm going to do it using the code. Okay, so if it is 300, switch on the red. If it is 600, switch on the red. So I can say, if this is 300 or 600, please switch on the red. I'm sorry, if this is less than 300, less than or equal to 300, switch on red. If this is greater than or equal to 600, switch on red. So someone comes and say, why do you say like this? Say like this, if the value is less than 300 or equal to 300, or if the value is greater than equal to 600, please switch on the red. I mean, for any of these happens, switch on the red. So it is understandable, right? Logically this is and this is are same. Okay, so exactly this is what I am going to do now. Okay. Okay, so let's see. So I cannot use this else here, right, because I am going to have an OR scenario. So I'm going to take this condition. So okay, so what I will do is, I'm going to use an OR scenario here itself at the initial state. Okay, so at the initial state I am going to say if the value is less than or equal to 300 or it is greater than or equal to 600, switch on the red. Okay, that means this thing I am not going to do. I don't have to do because I am going to bring that OR scenario along with this. Okay, so because this now currently inside the else part only greater than equal to 600 is being checked. Since I am going to bring both together, one thing is I can bring this check down here, or another thing is I can bring this else parts check up here. Okay, because these are the two places this is being checked. I want to bring both of them in one place. So either I can bring this down here or I can bring this part up here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this part up here. Okay, so anyway, according to my logic, I'm going to change this way. Okay, so this and this I'm going to bring together. Okay, so I'm going to bring the downside thing to the along with the first one. Okay, so what I will do is I'm going to say if x is less than or equal to 300, okay, or x is greater than or equal to 600, switch on the red LED. Okay, you can see this, guys. So this else part will only have this greater than or equal to 600. There is no other values can come. There is no other values have the possibility of coming here. Okay, so that thing I have covered here using an OR scenario, right? Because both have same outcome, so why do I have to write much code? I will refactor it properly, okay, without breaking the logic. So I don't need the else part. I can remove it because the same thing I am covering here. Okay, so I will remove the else part first. Okay, I will remove the else part before that. So in the coding we cannot use this OR English word. So there's a symbol to use instead of the code. In English you can say OR, but in the coding you have something, because instead of AND we are using this symbol, right? For the OR we are using these two lines. Okay, so I will remove this OR English word and I will instead use a whatever the program use a symbol that is being used for the purpose. Okay, so this is the symbol or operator that is being used for showing us the OR condition. Okay, so that means this is an OR operator or OR in between these two. Okay, so you can, when you are reading, you can manually replace it. You know, inside your mind you can replace it like this, OR. Okay, guys, but when you are writing as a code you have to use the symbol. You cannot use the English word. Okay, so this will give us an understanding if this becomes true or this becomes true, or in another word, if at least one of these conditions become true, we get into this code. That means what? If one of these becomes true, the total of the if condition becomes true. You understand? So how this is being decided is using this operator in between. If this is an AND operator, what will happen? We want both to be true in order to make the whole if condition to be true. This thing we have seen in the previous videos, right? But now we have an OR operator. So if one is becoming true, that is enough for us. You understand? If this is 300, it is enough to create switch on the red. If this is greater than 600, that is also enough to create the red. So one is enough. Okay, this is not the AND scenario. This is OR scenario. Okay, guys, that's fine. So that's fine. So I have added this. So since this is covering the red outcome here, I will remove the else part. We don't want this. Okay, so I will remove the else. So this is the whole else related thing, right? The starting point and the ending point and the else. So I will remove it. Okay, guys, so this looks fine for the moment. Okay, wait. Okay, so now actually we don't, I already said you this else is not must, because at the initial state if we covered the particular conditions and if something is needed we covered this also here, we don't have to write further. Okay, if can survive without else, but else cannot survive without if. So since if related things can survive without else, we can remove it. Logical talking, right? Okay, guys, anyway, it is almost 10 minutes. I will catch you the rest in the next video. Please follow up me in the next video, guys.